The team over at Tobii has sent one of their Tobii Tracker 5s to check out with Microsoft Flight Simulator. A big thank you to Tobii for sponsoring this video, and they're being kind enough to allow me to show everyone the Tobii Tracker 5 with its 6th degree of freedom tracking at both eye and head movements that really enhances the situation awareness in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Tobii currently has a sweepstake taking place that starts between the 25th of January to the 8th of February. Tobii is giving away a Tracker 5 as its first prize, and a bunch of copies of Microsoft Flight Simulator are to be won as well. I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can check out on how to enter the sweepstakes. I have been wanting to check one of these Tobii Tracker 5s out for a very long time now and see how it enhances the flight simming experience. If you've been wondering the same, let's jump into the video. The Tobii Tracker 5 captures the eye and head movements. It does this by using a projector and a high frame rate camera that's built into the algorithms that can precisely track your movements. This really fits with Microsoft Flight Simulator and other simulators in general, especially when it comes to flying, as you really need to be looking around in the cockpit at all the gauges and also spending a lot of time looking outside the window looking for other aircraft and things that may be affecting your flight. In the box comes with the Tobii Tracker 5 with two different types of mounts, a wipe and also a heavy duty USB cable. You can place the mount below the screen. It already comes with a Velcro, so it's easy to pull on and off, and the Tobii attaches via the mount with a magnet. Another magnet is also supplied, which you can attach to the front of your screen. This is the option that I went for because I think it really provides a nice clean look and it's looking at you directly, and I also had the space on my screen to be able to do this. When you plug the Tobii Tracker with the USB, it installs the drivers by itself and also installs the Tobii Experience software where you can configure the tracker's position. There is an additional software called a Tobii Ghost, which is available and enables you to ghost as a plugin to use as a content creator with plugins for Twitch, and also just be able to see where you're looking at on the screen, which we are going to display in this video. If you want to see the eye tracker in action, you can switch to a preview gaze option, which we just spoke about before, which appears as a small bubble moving around on the screen, showcasing what the eyes are looking at. I was very surprised how accurate it is. As you can see, it's tracking every gauge that I'm looking at here in the PMDG 737. Microsoft Flight Simulator has a control menu that is found under the sensitivity tab, and all the settings are native within the sim when it comes to the Tobii Tracker 5. This is where you can customize all the aspects and the responsiveness of the eye tracker, and you can decide if you want both head tracking and eye tracking or just one. You can customize bindings to be able to switch the tracker on and off, and also bind a key to recenter the eye tracker when you need to. Being a real-life pilot, the eye tracker with the ghost option really identifies what my eyes are doing during the flight. It helps improve your scans in the cockpit by identifying what you're looking at, and also my landing technique by enable me to see that I'm focusing my eyes at the end of the runway, which is important for that perfect touchdown. One of the hardest things to do in flight simulation, in my opinion, is flying a circuit. Having 6 degrees of freedom really helps you fly the circuit. It helps you able to look at the little things, such as when you're turning on base, you need to look behind you and see that the runway is in the right position for you to make that turn. And also keep a good eye out for when other aircraft are in the area and what part of the circuit they're on. Whether you're a GA pilot trying to do some circuits, or a airliner pilot just about to go a long haul, soaring through the clouds in a jet, or even a helicopter pilot landing on a helipad on top of a building in Dubai, I really find the Tobii Tracker 5 enhances the experience and the feeling of sitting in the actual cockpit and scanning around. I've tried many different types of aircraft during the testing of the Tobii Tracker 5, and I felt that the experience was the same all the way through. One of the concerns I've had with other tracking products is they tend to lose their center point, and after a while of using them, you have to recenter frequently. This is really killing the immersion and the experience. The Tobii Tracker 5 does have an option to recenter, but I found it natively knew where your face was, and it also centered itself in the cockpit, and it seemed to do this very naturally, and I never found I needed to use the recenter position or button that I bound very often. I use the eye tracker in different types of conditions. It's also great in that low light. I choose to light up my sim room with a bunch of RGBs to get a nice feeling of being in the simulator. This really wasn't a problem and it didn't affect the tracking at all. The tracker itself also has a unique tolerance for eyewear and it can work with different types of eyewear. Fortunately, this doesn't affect me and I wasn't able to test it in this video, but you can go and check out the information on the Tobii eye tracker website if you do need to wear glasses or contacts or any eyewear and see how it works with what you have. The ghost bubble doesn't need to be on all the time. For full immersion you can switch it off. I've just decided to leave it on for the purpose of the video so you can see what my eyes are looking at, and it's also great for training purposes as I mentioned before. If you are a Twitch streamer, you can set it up in OBS where the Twitch viewers can control your eye tracking bubble by changing its color and the size and how it appears, which is really cool to be able to give back to your community and they can have a bit of fun with it. Unfortunately, this is not a feature that is available for YouTube, but you can still show the Tobii eye tracker bubble off in YouTube through OBS, but viewers won't be able to change the color or have any control over it. I want to say a big thank you to Tobii eye tracker 5 for sponsoring this video and also providing a tracker 5 for the channel. This is something I've been very interested to check out for a very long time now, and I'm glad it's lived up to my expectations. I will be definitely introducing it into the streams and also to my everyday flying when it comes to the channel. Just a reminder to check out the links in the description below if you want to enter the sweepstakes to win yourself a Tobii eye tracker 5 and a bunch of copies of a Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's also a discount link for ausflightsimmer viewers if you are interested in purchasing a Tobii for yourself. I look forward to checking out some more hardware in the future in another video, and we will always try to improve our experience when it comes to flight simulation.